Good evening, welcome to Centre Bounce, Episode 2, our Anzac edition. My name is John Lawrence, I'm your host for the evening again, and we come to you from 722 Port Road, Beverley. That's 722, the Eagles Bistro, and we thank them for their hospitality and their sponsorship. This week we recognise all our men and women, both past and present, who have served the community, served our country, and to protect our great country. We thank everyone and all the Anzacs in our Anzac episode. I'd also like to say the team at Centre Bounce was saddened by the attacks in Sri Lanka Easter Sunday, and we stand beside the people of Sri Lanka in condemning terrorism, and our thoughts and prayers go out to anyone affected by this tragedy. This week there is no Adelaide Footy League as they have the Easter break. However, they do fire up again Thursday, which is Anzac Day, and there are a couple of Division 1 clashes. One that I know of is at Henley Oval, where Henley play St Peter's from 2:30. That will be a cracking Division 1 game of football, and get down to Henley if you can. I'm a proud life member of the Henley Footy Club, so yes, I'm biased. We've had a request from our Facebook page to talk C7 footy. It is the Adelaide Football League's competition for people with some impairments. Again, we welcome the opportunity to discuss this with someone from the clubs involved. Anyone out there, contact us via our webpage, Ozsports, or via our Facebook page, and we welcome the opportunity to have some guests from that league. We are having a guest in the next couple of weeks, umpire Barry Lewis. Barry's umpired over 1,000 games in the Adelaide Football League. He's done a lot of work with the C7 competition as well, and Barry has agreed to come in as a special guest in the next few weeks. We're just working through the whys and wherefores of that, and I'm looking forward to having a chat with Barry over in the pursuing weeks. Thank you very much. We're about to go to a break. When we come back from the break from 722 Port Road, we will talk AFL.
Looking for a fun night out with friends? Want to enjoy a delicious meal with your family members or loved ones? Head on down to 722 Port Road, Beverley. Join us for happy hour every day. Check out the live sports action on the big screen or try your luck on one of our 40 gaming machines. Then settle in for a casual meal, including pizzas, burgers, pasta, or our famous steaks and schnitties. We've got great specials every day, and we're open for lunch. 722 is also the perfect spot for meetings and functions, featuring AV equipment and customised catering. Drop in and see us at 722 Port Road, Beverley, or check us out online.
Welcome back. Let's talk AFL. So Collingwood that good. They've gone to Brisbane and won by 10 goals, and Brisbane are playing some really good footy. Did notice in that game the contested footy and their pressure when not in possession was second to none. And when you have a huge unit in Mason Cox up at full forward, you're always a chance. Buckley's really stamped his authority on this group, and the move of Darcy Moore, son of club legend Peter, to defence has paid immediate dividends. I must admit I love the father-son opposite the club, where their father was so good at. They've got Josh Dacos, son of the mercurial Peter Dacos, and Cullen Brown, son of former captain Gavin, also on the list. I think that is absolutely fantastic. Essendon win by 10 goals against North Melbourne, who are now bottom. This makes Anzac Day a very, very appetising game of footy. Really, really juicy proposition. And I'm going to go for the upset. I think Essendon may get up over Collingwood. Last week I predicted that West Coast would be too strong for Port. Boy, oh boy, was I wrong. Hats off to Hinkley and his coaching staff. They went over to Western Australia. They took the Chocolates by 10 goals. Must admit, the Port West Coast games always throw up some weird results. You've got to look at the history of those. But well done. Would have to be the upset of the season to date. Then Fremantle beat GWS at the university. What did we learn going to Uni Oval? Probably not a lot. However, Freo played really, really good footy. Is it a case of no Cullen Ward, no GWS? I hope not, because I think they're a very good football side, but who'd be a tipster? Finally got my second tip right when St Kilda beating Melbourne. Good, he'd be scratching his head at the results thus far. Melbourne's struggling. And followed up by tip 3, Richmond, who are playing some really good footy, and some of their kids are going really, really well, getting the Chocolates over Sydney in Melbourne. Sunday we saw Carlton win. That's right, Carlton win. The Bulldogs started slowly and not allowed to recover. Well done to the Blues, and I hope they continue their improvement. And Adelaide back at home, Eddie's 300th, Brodie Smith's 150th. Eddie kicks the early goal of the year contender from the pocket. Greenwood back in, goes and wins his own footy, that lad, and was really, really good around the contest. And Himmelberg, although making some mistakes, I thought Himmelberg was very, very good. I hope they give him 3 or 4 weeks to settle down and play him for a solid month of footy, just to have a look at what the kid can do. He's obviously got some useful tools. Well done. Best player in my eyes is Alex Keith down back. I think Alex Keith has been the standout for the Crows all year and would have to be a contender for the early contender for the best and fairest. Then Easter Monday, what a cracking game today at the MCG for those who watched it. I sat and did my ironing and watched the game. Geelong were just too good for Hawthorn. Geelong got some weapons. Gary Rowan stepped up. Love the way Tim Kelly goes about it. But there again, Hawthorn missing Burgoyne, missing Shinemaker. The captain pulled out, Stratton pulled out early. McAvoy got injured. So they've got a few injury concerns as well. And I think that they will be around the mark come season's end. So this week, Anzac Eve, Richmond will be too strong for misfiring Melbourne. Melbourne have got some real problems, particularly in the contested ball area and just people not performing. Anzac Day, I'm tipping Essendon an upset over Collingwood. I think Essendon really playing some good footy. That should be a cracking game and will live up to all the hype and expectation. For Friday night, Port at home will beat North. There's no doubt about that. I know, again, those results are throwing up some furfies over the years. I just think Port are playing too good a footy at the moment. Brisbane at Metricon in the Q class. I don't think the Suns will recover from yesterday against Adelaide, but again, the Suns are on the right path with, Stuart Dew, Franco, Tate Kazler. They've got some really good coaches, they've got some really good players, and they are going to develop into a very, very good football side. GWS to back class against Sydney and put the horse long way under more pressure. Freo will be too strong for the Bulldogs in Perth. I think that's a given. And Hawthorn travel to Tassie to play Carlton. Carlton won, Hawthorn lost. Could there be another upset? Personally, this tipster doesn't think so, but I think Carlton is starting to be very, very competitive, and some of their kids like McKay are really standing up. Protesting Seaton was very, very good against the Bulldogs as well, and the veteran Murphy was sensational all day. And the game of the round, I'm picking West Coast to beat Geelong on Geelong's own deck and bounce back from their loss against Port Friday night. I think it'll be a cracking game of footy and is definitely the game of the round. Okay, we're going to take a break from 722 Port Road, coming to you from 722 the Eagles Bistro. When we come back, we're going to talk SANFL, and boy, what a hot round of football that was, the SANFL. Back soon.
Glenelg faithful have put up with a fair bit the past few years. Glenelg have made finals in 8 years, I think now. The boys have a lot of belief in the direction we're going. I think 2019 holds a big year for us.
2018 was clearly disappointing to miss the finals for only the second time in the last 20 years. We're a proud football club and we want to do better.
We're really keen and excited to try and win a premiership. That's why we exist, to win a premiership. Of course, South Adelaide Footy Club hasn't done that since 1964. We are super excited to be the group that actually changes that this year.
We want to achieve something this year as a whole, and we've set ourselves up over the summer to be able to achieve that.
We take a lot of confidence going in towards 2019. We won 13 or 14 in a row and we were probably the best team all year. Hopefully we can go back to that sort of footy in 2019 and we'll be hard to beat again, I think.
I don't think anyone here were happy with the way the year ended, and the boys are all ready and are ready to put pre-season behind us and start playing.
In 2018 was a bit disappointing because we were aiming to get into finals and fell short. There's a big hunger to win the flag like we did in 2015. Hopefully we can have that success again.
Any year you don't win the premiership's disappointing. Our goal every year is to go all the way, so if you don't do that, obviously it's a failure. So we're looking forward to 2019.
As a football club, we don't want to be winning one game in a season when we've got such a rich history of winning grand finals. So to get back to the finals and then to win it, that's just what should come with hard work.
The Roosters out of 2018, stars of the SANFL competition.
We're probably more the hunted now, but I know that our team will still be hunting and striving for that second flag.
Really excited for the year ahead.
We're setting our sights on a big 2019.
We're always ready.
It's a pretty special comp.
We're fit, we're strong, we're ready to win.
The team's really looking forward to 2019. Magpies are definitely ready for 2019.
The Eagles are ready for 2019, don't worry.
We're overweighting, let's get started and let's start playing.
Welcome back. Just a sidelight, I sat and watched the Anzac Day clash from the MCG between Geelong and Hawthorn while doing my ironing. What an exciting life I have. SANFL. Norwood won the traditional clash at Norwood and remain unbeaten. Dream start for last year's runner-up, playing some really, really good footy, even though 3 of their games have been won by under a goal. Centrals defied my prediction and went prospecting. The golden 2 points, keeping them in their mix early and relegating North to the bottom of the table. The Eagles suffered their second heavy defeat in a row as Westies record their first win to leave the reigning Premier North bottom of the ladder, as I just said. The Mighty Tigers started slowly and got home by 9 points against Sturt. They were challenged late in the last quarter and really stood up, which is a great result for the Glenelg and the Glenelg faithful like myself. I was there, cracking game of footy. This set up a classic match at Richmond Anzac Eve between Glenelg and West Adelaide. Wednesday night at Richmond Oval. What a sensational clash that will be. South had their second draw in 2 weeks, this time against Adelaide. And here's a fun fact, the last time that happened in the SANFL was 1997, round 7 and 8. And believe it or not, South were involved again. This time it was West Adelaide, and again it was Glenelg. So who would have thought 22 years later, they're 2 draws in a row. The other fun fact for all you naysayers out there, 1997, the Crows went top. South 2 draws, the Crows top. Let's hope history repeats itself. So Norwood remain unbeaten, as I said, with South having the 2 draws. The Bays and Adelaide have only dropped 1 game, and Port round out the 5. This week sees West at home to Glenelg. Anzac Day sees a traditional grand final rematch at Prospect, North v Norwood. Central return home to play Adelaide. The Eagles are home to Port, and Sturt face South at Peter Motley Oval. My tips are Glenelg. Apologies to Jeff and Luke Jamison, I know you're watching. North at an upset. The Big X convenience store Oval at Elizabeth will suit Adelaide, and I reckon Adelaide might get the chocolates against Centrals. The Eagles will be too strong, and South will beat Sturt. Okay, we're going to talk women's footy. So last week it was remiss of me not to congratulate the Crows on their resounding grand final win and Erin Phillips on her fantastic season. I hope she does come back from her knee reco because she is an absolute star. To have 53,000 people at Adelaide Oval for this game is a credit to Adelaide football public. Sadly, due to a prior engagement, I wasn't one of them, but I did record it, watch the replay, they were magnificent. We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk SANFL women's footy. So going to a break from 722 Port Road, the Eagles Bistro. See you shortly.
Looking for a fun night out with friends? Want to enjoy a delicious meal with your family members or loved ones? Head on down to 722 Port Road, Beverley. Join us for happy hour every day. Check out the live sports action on the big screen or try your luck on one of our 40 gaming machines. Then settle in for a casual meal, including pizzas, burgers, pasta, or our famous steaks and schnitties. We've got great specials every day and we're open for lunch. 722 is also the perfect spot for meetings and functions, featuring AV equipment and customised catering. Drop in and see us at 722 Port Road, Beverley, or check us out online.
Welcome back. We're going to talk SANFL women's footy. If there's anyone from the SANFL women's out there, there are 8 sides, very competitive comp, who'd like to come and have a chat to us as a guest. We'd be only too happy to welcome and accommodate you. It's a very important league. So with the results, last week was round 8. We've got round 9, the final round this week. So North Adelaide handled the Bulldogs a lesson 73-19. The Bloods beat the Eagles by 5 points, and the Eagles, although having not won a game, get better every week. They are on the improve. Glenelg beat Sturt by a comfortable 7 goals, and last year's grand finalists, Norwood and South, went toe-to-toe, and South inflicted Norwood's first loss 2 weeks before the finals. That was a very interesting result. We have an intriguing last round. Now I'm going to read from my notes because this is amazing. Topside Norwood play Centrals. This is the only game that doesn't affect the table. Sturt meet North. North win. They keep in the mix to finish second, thus getting the double chance, and that will depend on South. North win. They keep in the mix. Sturt win. North will definitely finish third. Second place South played fourth place West. South win, finish second. West win, Glenelg can't make it. Fifth place Glenelg, played bottom side the Eagles. Glenelg win, West lose, Glenelg met the 4 in percentage. Can the Eagles finish on a high in their last game of the year and claim the points? It is very much an intriguing last round. Just to comment on SANFL women's footy and AFLW. People have been quick to judge the standard of women's footy. This product, like all new products, needs time to grow and develop, and as more young girls have the natural pathway of the boys through Auskick, the standard is going to improve. I, for one, love what AFLW and SANFLW have done in a very short space of time. To the naysayers, do you know what the fastest growing sport in Australia? It's actually women's AFL. So there's a little stat for you. We will be back shortly. Take a break. We'll come back and wrap up episode 2 of Bounce from 722 Port Road, Eagles Bistro. Back shortly. Welcome back for our close of the show. Just want to make a comment, and I'm going to read from my notes. Centre Bounce is saddened by the ignorant racist comments made to Port Power player Paddy Ryder and then Adelaide Crows player Eddie Betts after his 300th game on Sunday. Racism has no place in any level of society, let alone sport. Please join us in stamping out these vile acts once and for all, and be prepared, like a friend of mine did, to call these people out. It's just not on in this day and age. We should embrace everybody. We are all Australians. Thank you very much. Don't forget, next week we launch our competition with a $30 voucher from Bella Vita Pizzeria on Port Road. Sam and Raddick, good friends of mine, great pizzas, great hospitality, great customer service. In closing tonight, we do pay tributes to the Anzacs in our end credits, and Anzac Day being Thursday the 25th of April, we salute all those who have served past and present and continue to protect our country. Remember, it's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. So on behalf of Darren Andrews, Zoe Moore and myself, thanks for watching and see you next week. Although sitting in front of the camera, I can't see you, but you can see me. Thanks very much. See you next week. Bye for now.
Would you please stand and remove your hats for the Anzac observance. We welcome today the President of the Victorian Returned and Services League, Dr. Robert Webster, OAM.
In memory of the fallen. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morn, we will remember them. Catapult party, I turn! Chant! Present! I turn! Chant! lest we forget. Catapult party, reserve!